Bonjour. I hope you're doing well. I am Audrey and I'm here for the Precious Life. The theme of this class of September month is choose love over fears. So one thing that you have, and I really want you to take like a few seconds and download it, should I say, if you haven't yet, is an ebook. I've prepared this ebook for you. I have to say it's a bit intimate. I share with you some stories, but more important, I share with you some methods that have helped me, as well as many other millions of people that have been working on themselves. And this is very precious, especially when you face changes. Let me dig deeper in it. So first things first, before we enter the course, I tell you what's going to be the content and everything. I wanted to apologize because usually I release this course earlier in the month, and we are literally September 30th today, so the last day of September, and I'm doing this course for you. Why? Because for the last month and 7 days, we have been in Paris. Not saying it's anything bad. It's just that in terms of energy, for me, it makes me it's harder for me to be able to work on the precious life, which I definitely visualize elsewhere, like by the beach. And this month has been very, very rich in changes, and this is why actually this course, choose love over fears, is so powerful. When I decided on this theme and I started working on this ebook for you, the same day I had a quote on Instagram chosen for me, say choose love over fears. I knew we were on the right path, but I believe I really had to be here in Paris going through all of this to be able to release this for you. So energetically it's very dense, it's very positive, it's very powerful, and I hope it will serve you as best as possible. Voilà, so you have my apologies and you have the meaning of like why it's so late. You have the reasons. Another thing that you can see, I think it's the first video that I do like full black, which I love, by the way. You know, like black is the best color for Parisian, but it shows as well like the mind more like serious than, you know, when we are recording in Mexico, Playa del Carmen, Tulum, Olbosch, or in the US in Los Angeles, for example. Soon to be. I'll tell you more about this soon. Anyway, let's enter the course right away. So this theme, choose love over fear. If I could do like a little introduction about it, even if the introduction has already started, is that we all have fears. We all face fears. Fears are necessary, and we will see why in a second. We have methods, we have thoughts that we can grow in our mind for us to facilitate the change. And this way, when we facilitate the change, when we trust our intuition, when we do what we think we want, what we think is best, not being scared of it just because we really want it, this is love. I've had this idea, like this theme, for the past 2 or 3 months, but for a reason I could not release it. And when I started working on it, and I was very far, a friend of mine told to me about the book called The Mastery of Love, written by Don Miguel Ruiz, that I really, really recommend you to read or listen. And actually it was all about fears and love, so it's all like this synchronicity, these signs that show that we were on the right path. So I had to release this because I believe that it will help you and many other people that are struggling or will be struggling in a few months, because actually you're going to be in a big change, and that's amazing. But when the change comes, the fears appear, and they don't appear by 1 or 10, they appear sometimes by millions. It can happen that because you fear there are like so much fear when you are like changing. This outbreak bring actually power outbreak. I don't know for you, but as far as I'm concerned, September 27th, we had the Mercury retrograde. I have experienced 7 hour power outbreak in Paris. No electricity anymore. I've never seen that, but it happened. There was like a location with where they stock the electricity that burned out, and it touched the house I live in currently. So this is big. You can lose stuff. You can have a lot of like meetings, for example, that are cancelled. You can feel like you're very much procrastinating. You can feel overtired. You can feel super mad, and very like angry and nervous all the time. You can actually meet rejection. A lot of people that are like saying bye to you, or whatever. But all of this generates many fears, and the fears generate this as well. But when you have this, it's actually a great news. Why? Because it means that change is right around the corner for you. It means that yes, you have to learn to dance under the storm. But you know what happens usually after the storm? You have a beautiful rainbow and a big sun. So you should embrace it, because it's life saying you can do it. I'm going to give you more challenge. You can do it, and you're going to grow even more. And you know what? You're going to get even more beautiful things. That's all for you. Just, go through the exam. Pass it. Yeah, I haven't said it was supposed to be easy. I'm just giving you my philosophy of life. Alors, the point of this course is to help you not give up. To help you not feel discouraged or small, to trust yourself, and to celebrate each of your tiny or enormous victories, to help you keep going, to understand that your fears will remain your fears, but if you look at them at a different angle, they will be way less scary, and they will have less and less, or even almost no control on you. This would be, idealistic. You are able to welcome change with a big smile on your face and love. You are open to change. You release control. You trust life. You trust life that the best thing will happen for you. Voila. So I'm super delighted. Let's start this course. The first part is going to be about fears, obviously. But before, sorry, because I'm like not that well organized. Sorry, so just before, after the introduction, we're going to go through very shortly through the objectives. Why? So I know I've told you like some reasons, but I'm going to give you like a lot of like, there were like reasons, like bullet points. Why do you want to choose love over fears? Once you choose love over fear, you're going to be able to decide on what you really want. You're going to be able to grow confidence and resilience. You're going to learn how to take distance from the little things that could discourage you. You're going to listen better to your intuition. You're going to trust your instincts. You're going to follow your dreams. You're going to make your projects happen. You're going to act and react with a conscious mind as much as possible. You're going to act with feelings instead of emotions, meaning you're going to act with feelings are like the way you want to feel, whereas emotion is the way you feel like you must act on. So meaning when, let's say, you're angry, that's an emotion that sometimes you cannot control. You're angry and like I cannot calm myself. Whereas a feeling is I choose to be super happy today. You choose it. Sorry for the little pause on that. You are happier and you live with more freedom. That's very important. You access as well to a deeper level of spirituality. You attract success and positive people and things all around you, and that's all that you deserve. And last but not least, you make the necessary shift that will change your life for the better. Because even when the fears appear and come all around you, you're still able to move and keep focus and go where we are waiting for you. Voila. It's pretty beautiful, right? Okay, let's enter the first part of our course, which is fears. What are you? I really believe that to be able to not be so scared anymore about your fears, a good thing is to understand what fears are simply. Fears are part of our human condition. We all fears if we are psychologically balanced. They are necessary. They help us connect to the social world and protect ourselves. A fear is an emotion that will let you know. So it's an emotion, it's not a feeling, you see. It's something that supposedly control you and is not something that you want. That's the difference. A fear is an emotion that lets you know of a danger or a threat. The danger or the threat can be real or suggested by your mind in the present time or in the imminent or later future. Fears can make you act or actually can immobilize you. They can freeze you. You are like so scared that you cannot do anything. Depending on the situation, you might activate some specific reaction actually that will help you react like so fast, something you've never thought you would be able to do, or actually immobilize you completely and you cannot do anything because of fear. So it really depends on what it is, on the situation, on who you are, on what you've lived, so many different things. And when I give you the definition of fears, it's as if I was talking about spiders. I used to be so scared of spiders. I found them very beautiful, like fascinating, but they scare the hell out of me. When I had my apartment in Montmartre with a 32 square meter terrace and a lot of vegetation, I had a spider that big. No, I'm not kidding. That big, because in the rainy season, October, November, they would come so big, so with very thin legs, and I would find a lot of them in my house simply because when I started moving there was a problem with the curtains, like the metallic curtains, and there was a hole and they would come. I was so scared. And then a few years later, I learned that having spiders at home shows that the home is healthy. And at some point in my life, there was no spider anymore in my home. That's when I had someone living with me that was not good for me. And I started missing the spider. When my son was born, I don't know why, he loves spiders. He loves spiders maybe because he's fascinated by Spider-Man, but he loves spiders. So when we see a spider, like, it's a friend. He would not touch it, but I've gone out of my fear. So all this long image to tell you that basically the goal for us is going to be to look at your fear like I looked at the spiders, and to finally kind of, hope that you're going to have a lot of fears in your life, because if you have a lot of fears in your life, it means that you're going to be doing and you're actually having amazing, tremendous changing and love in your life. Crazy, right? Is it meaning that suffering should be good, or like you should be scared to have a good life? Kind of, yeah. As long as you understand that you can control them. It's an emotion. So how do we feel fears? Physically, it can materialize by an acceleration of the heartbeat. You can start talking, quicker, or actually start talking. You can start shaking. We could have as well voice extension. We could have trademarks, on the skin. Some people faint. I fainted several times by fear. Yeah. And this phenomenon can completely diminish our self-confidence. But it can also deploy an outstanding physical or mental force that we had, like strength, that we had never thought of. I have talked recently with someone that I care deeply of, and she might end up being a single mother as I am. And when we talked, she was like, yeah, but I'm not like you, I'm not strong. What? Yeah, I'm not like you, I'm not strong. I was like, listen, if this ever comes, and look, it might come, like you're doing it, look, you're already doing so well, you're doing this and this and this and this. You are strong. You are, I think, even stronger than I am. I was like, can you believe? And she did not realize all she did, but actually the fear of, her kid not being well treated or being left alone made her do unbelievable things. I cannot enter too much into details, but incredible things. And that's what, as well, fear can be about. It can show you how powerful and strong you are. So fears are not all bad. Why are fears part of the human condition? We are all like kind of the same as animals. Fears are here to say, "Ooh, there is danger, look at it." But you have really to distinguish two fears. You have the fears that say that there is a danger, in that they're going to help you, give you alarms to make sure that you're safe and sound. But then you have fears that grow, I would say, more like in kind of the society, in like conformism, how you were raised, like at school, or like in the people around you, your family, your friends, like what you see as well on TV, anything that is kind of like social or cultural. Those fears of, like, could be a fear of lack, a fear of failure, fear of lack of money, a fear of not of being alone, for example, or fear of not being recognized. All those fears. So we feel them the same way, but those fears are not real danger. They are not going to endanger our survival at all. Those are the fears we want to master, because they could come from something that is saying, like, don't change. Oh, you want to change? What? You want to live by the water? Why? That's not nice. No, stay where you are. Don't move. You know what you have, you don't know what you're gonna get. You see? Those are like, this is an example of fear that you could have talking to you, to make sure you stay away from the change. And this is a voice that you are gonna learn to tune a little bit lower when you want to, take the action and say, no, you know what, I want to live by the water. I don't care. Like, I've been living all my life in a big city, and if I want to live by the water in a small village, so be it. If I don't like it, it's fine. I still have like a place here. I can, and you reassure yourself with your instinct, and actually you choose love. Voila. So those are the fears we really want to manage. Those are the fears that actually are not endangering our survival. Those are the fears that are kind of like transgenerational, social, societal, cultural fears that would, in certain way, keep you away from where you really aim to go, keep you away from your freedom, your happiness, your success, your prosperity, the way to discover things, like travel, the way to love, simply love yourself and love others.